The true midway point of the Monster Energy Cup Series season will bring us to Kentucky Speedway for today's Quaker State 400. We come into this race first in points over Kevin Harvick with 3 wins, as if the point playoffs will start today. William Martin, Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch have 8 wins between the 3 of them, and they act as the big 3, if you will. Martin Truex is the highest driver in points without a win. Then you have Brad Keselowski and Clint Boyer, 1 win apiece. Boyer won at Chicagoland a couple of races ago. Kurt Busch has 2 wins. Then you got Joey Logano and Ryan Blaney with no wins. Jimmy Johnson, Eric Jones, Chase Elliott, Eric Almirola, and Paul Menard acting as the top 16. And then drivers that need points, you have Paul Menard, Ricky Stenhouse, Darrell Walsh Jr., Daniel Suarez, and Jamie McMurray. And the drivers that need a win to get in, Ryan Newman, AJ Allmendinger, Casey Kane, Alex Bowman, and Trevor Bayne. We will be running the regular Liberty University car for this race. Let's go out to Kentucky. So, waiting for the thing to load. Okay, Shannon Sharp and Drew Lock would have been freaking scary to watch, but fun too. Kentucky Speedway, currently the newest track to come onto the NASCAR Monster Energy Cup Series circuit, had its first Cup race in 2011. Which Kyle Busch won the race, but the actual opening of the race was marked with traffic issues, as drivers were backed up for hours trying to get to see the first time the Cup for cars will be gracing this 1.5-mile speedway. Coming out of turn 4, you will be coming to the green flag at about 175 if you follow the correct racing line. Then you let the car ease into the corner, keep it right on the bottom of the corners and kind of let it drift out, but you don't want to let it drift out too far. As with this new repave, the multiple groove opportunities, especially with how rough and how old the surface was, multiple grooves have pretty much been removed in favor of it being a one-groove racetrack similar to Texas earlier in the year. As we win the pole, as you see the starting lineup scroll on our screen, Chase Elliott will be starting 6th. Great starting spot for him. So let's look at the drivers to watch for tonight's race. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. will be going to a backup car for this race, and Austin Dillon wrecked during qualifying. And we will be starting next to the 42 of Kyle Larson. A Chevrolet has not won here at Kentucky Speedway up to this point. Will it change tonight? Pace car is off as we are ready to unleash 40 horses here in Kentucky. The 2011 winner Kyle Busch gets out front early in this one. 2-time winner Kyle Busch, to be exact. He gets out to an early lead here, but William Byron is right on the back bumper of that 24. Busch will lead lap number 1. William Byron uses the draft to get by the 18 of Kyle Busch, but Kyle Busch is still holding real strong on the outside, side by side already coming off of turn 2. Still dead even here in this one. Seems like Busch still has probably half a car length on the 24. As William Byron continues to inch away, tries to inch away, Busch will hold strong. He finally clears the 18. Here comes Kyle Busch on the inside. And Busch will come back. But a hot potato at the front here at this stage. Byron still holding dead even with 18 of Kyle Busch. A little bit of side-by-side racing. This is actually low-key fun to watch as Kyle Busch barely leads that lap over William Byron, probably by a bumper, as they are still side-by-side coming through turn 2. Look at this. He is currently a lane up on the 18, and he's still holding a real good line coming off of turn 4. Here comes Busch. And Busch leads that one probably by half a car length. And he clears him going into turn 1. Kurt Busch has moved into the 3rd spot. As they're still racing down the backstretch, side by side. Byron tries to clear the 18 off the corner. Half a car length, side by side. They are literally dead even. They've been dead even this entire race. And William Byron has been running the far outside lane where the rubber's been laid down. And he's still able to match wins with the 18 of Kyle Busch, side by side for the race lead. Busch coming off of 4. Kurt Busch is 2 seconds back, 3 laps to go. Joey Logano is 3 seconds back, and this was all because Kyle Busch and William Byron have been going at it this entire stage. And the fact they've done that and have not allowed the 41 Kurt Busch to close up is nuts. And I think so far it's been hot potato between these two for laps led. 2 laps to go in the stage. Still even with that 24 with the 18. Kansas winner Kyle Busch last time we came to a intermediate racetrack under the lights. He won the event leading only the last lap. So far at this stage, he has led the laps William Byron has not. Kurt Busch currently sits 2.5 seconds back. The white flag is out in stage 1. But Byron trying to get rid of the 18 of Kyle Busch side by side for the stage lead and possibly the stage win. Kyle Busch is going to have to drive it in deep if he wants those points. A little bit of contact. And at the line, it's Busch winning the stage. How about that one? And everybody pits. So nobody will have to worry about making it in this stage, or nobody's taken the gamble yet. Green flag back into the air. Kyle Busch still matching even, as you got two Stewart-Haas teammates behind and pretty much 4 Fords. And the other Chevy driver in this mix is Chase Elliott, as he's racing the fourth Kevin Harvick for 5th, and he's got it. 3 wide. This is a dangerous situation. Somehow everybody gets out of it, as Chase Elliott will get the spot. It is the Busch brothers up front, followed by William Byron, Joey Logano, and Chase Elliott, the top 5. Ten laps at this stage. Only caution in this race has been for the stage end. As Byron tries to go high, he's going to break ankles. He is Houdini. It is William Byron with a massive run to take the lead. Here comes Busch back there, 3 wide, and Kurt Busch will take the spot. Followed by Kyle Busch, William Byron, Joey Logano, and Chase Elliott, the top 5. Three cars are currently in a blanket here, separated probably by 0.3 of a second. So we go on board the 24. The draft going right to the back bumper of the 41. 7 to go. Trying to go to the outside of Kurt. I think he's probably trying to let him know he's there. Like hitting the bumper. He's trying to bump the 41. As they're side by side. So far, it has been the Kurt Busch show in this stage. Them leading the opening few laps. Trying to cross low. Look at this. Byron trying to peek for the lead, but he tried to get this stage. They're side by side again. So far, anytime they're side by side, it's almost like it's a tug-of-war match between William Byron and either Kyle Busch or Kurt Busch. Because you got one driver down on pit road, probably with an issue. Kurt drives in, and Kurt Busch is around. And he saved that car. Somehow, that car was not in the fence. I expected that thing to be junked and having them get on the rollback, because that was heading straight for the outside wall, or landing right into the path of William Byron. And Kurt Busch comes right back to take the lead. 4 laps to go. As you see Busch diving in on the bottom. Oh, okay, a little bit of contact there. Here comes Kyle Busch. This similar situation happened in the last time we ran an intermediate race. Drivers we had 3 cars fight pretty much the entire stage, with a Ford going to victory lane in the final stretch. 3 laps to go. Look at the fuel stats. We have 8 laps left on fuel, depending on this final stage, so we will have to stop. Well, 7 now. 3 laps to go. Really curious as the math behind the fuel and pit strategy. But we are side by side for the race lead between Kurt Busch and William Byron. And Kurt Busch will barely get the lead. William Byron is just contesting these Busch brothers for the win. It's kind of entertaining. A little bit of contact here with the 41 and the 24. 2 laps to go. Still, the fact the 41 was spinning was sliding earlier and not wrecked, and he's contending for the lead. White flag is out in this stage. 3 cars fighting for playoff points. Kurt Busch with a couple wins. And 3 wide in turn 1. His brother Busch just split Kurt with Byron, and William Byron's going to try to get revenge on Kyle Busch here in this stage. He's there out of turn 4. Kyle Busch is going to win stage 2. Somehow. Really curious to who fell out of the race. Oh, it was Jamie McMurray. 6 laps down. That time. As a couple of drivers actually took some gambles here. The 15 drivers up front. As we begin the final stage here at Kentucky. Three wide, trying to get by the 12 of Ryan Blaney. The 19 is Suarez, and we're going to go 3 wide on the outside of quite a few cars. And he's breaking ankles again. Hamlin up the track as he gets by both the 11 and the 4 of Kevin Harvick. And if you ever want the benefit of fresh versus worn tires, look no further than how surgical William Byron has moved through this field in 2 laps, no less. As Boyer getting a little loose. Is Kyle Busch, Joey Logano, William Byron, Clint Boyer, and Kurt Busch, the top 5. As Logano goes around, saves that car. 10 to go. And try to dive it in. Byron trying to sniff out the draft of Busch. He is right to that back bumper. Side by side. Byron on the top side. He's been the only driver that made it work all night. And he takes the lead from the 18 of Kyle Busch. That bumper is going to get wide right here. As Kyle Busch charges in. A little bit of contact. Byron getting a little squirrely. He gets himself righted. Here comes Clint Boyer. And here comes William Byron trying to charge in. He had way too big of a run. 8 laps to go. Side by side with the 18. Still dead even down the backstretch. Still crossing over. If you look at the interval, we are right there. 7 to go. Contact with the 18. Chasing him up the track. We are just all over Kyle Busch, pretty much staying right in that man's tracks. We're trying to see if we can get him here. We're wearing our tires down. We're in the wall. Ricky Stenhouse is up in 4th. How he hasn't wrecked anybody yet is beyond me and beyond my personal understanding. Because the only cautions we've had the entire race were for the stage ends. And we may actually run this race wire to wire. There's a good shot for that. Five to go. Byron closing in on the back bumper, Kyle Busch. Pushing the 18 this time. Kind of gave him a little bit of a love tap, sucking the draft off of the 18. 4 to go. Byron into Kyle Busch, saves the car, maybe. Wow, another save. Keep in mind, Clint Boyer is back there. Because if these guys get to really racing each other, this could get good. Daniel Hemrick is on pit road. 3 to go. Busch spins into the wall. Hard crash. So we'll be going to overtime with the 2 wrecked cars restarting 1 and 2. Terrible start. Here comes Clint Boyer looking for his first win into the year. Side by side. Kyle Busch is pretty banged up. Question is, will he make it? If they make it to the white, this race will end. And Busch is around. Hard into the wall. We are still green at Kentucky. Clint Boyer takes the white flag one more time around, sponsored by Credit One Bank. No idea if Kyle Busch has gotten back going yet. But into turn 3, Byron charges in. Contact. Into the wall. Clint Boyer will win at Kentucky. Kyle Busch crashed with 2 to go on overtime. And somehow, the race was still green. Best finish of the year for the 9 car, Chase Elliott. Jimmy Johnson continued to lose some points. And with Kyle Busch winning both the first 2 stages, but finishing 38th, that was a good finish. Great race, good finish. I thought we were going to run wreck-free. As we look at playoff wins, Clint Boyer has now joined the multiple win drivers with Denny Hamlin, Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick, and William Byron. You see the drivers on the left side of the screen. Busch led the most laps, finished 38th. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. ended up finishing 5th. And Kyle Busch obviously wrecked in overtime, so he will be finishing 38th. How? They wadded up. Kyle Busch wrecks in turn 3. So anyway, so for Monday, we'll be racing at New Hampshire for the Foxwoods Resort and Casino 301. And we'll be in the UniFirst scheme for that race. See you then.